So today I went to the MVA to take my driver's test. I was really nervous because I didn't really practice that much besides like one day, and it was in the snow, so there was really no way to actually do it right. Plus we didn't have cones or anything, so it was really hard to do parking. So yeah, I was like, crap, I'm gonna fail. So I get there and we have to sit around for like 20 minutes to take the test. And then they tell us to, like, you know, go around the building and blah, blah, blah. Your test is going to start here in this, like, the left lane or something. So, and they're like, the person will be out with you, like, in, like, 10 minutes. We end up waiting there for about 20 minutes. And so my dad's not the type of person who is, patient, I guess you'd say. So he got really, like, upset and went to go look for the person. And I was like, oh, crap, I'm screwed. So I was like, well, this sucks. I'm going to fail now. And I was like, Dad, don't get out of the car because I'm gonna fail, because they're gonna fail me like automatically or something. So just stay in here. And he's all like, no, like, I need to go find them. It's like been 20 minutes. And I was like, just let them do what they want. So anyway, as soon as he gets out of the car and goes in there, he comes right back, and the lady comes with him, and I can hear like outside of the car, and she's like, no, you cannot leave the car. Like, you shouldn't have not have left the car, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, she was like Hispanic or something. But she was just like, you have to stay in the car at all times, and she was like yelling at him, and I was like, oh God, I'm screwed. Then, she comes into the car, or I like get out of the car because I was like, I don't want to fail, so I'm just gonna get out of the car anyway. And she was like, who's taking us? And I was like, me. And so then I get in, and I can tell she's already in a bad mood because of my dad. And so then I get into the car. So then we start, you know, things, and she's like, turn your lights on. And I go to turn the car. She's like, no, I said your lights, not the car. I was like, sorry. So I, like, you know, do my little thing, and yeah. Basically, she was the equivalent to the Spawn of Satan. She kind of scared me a lot, and she would be like, my parallel parking was really bad, and I usually get parallel parking down in like 40 seconds. It took me like the entire 3 minutes, and I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna fail. And like all of a sudden she was like, oh, you only have a few seconds left, and I was like, oh crap. And so I was like, meh. And I don't even know how I passed, but. And then on the road test, I missed a sign, because I don't even know, she was trying to pronounce my name or something, and I was like, it's Lorena, like, don't try to say it with an accent because everyone screws it up. So like, she was like, oh, what was that sign, by the way? And I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, I was like, oh, okay, sorry. And then on a turn, she'd be like, oh, didn't look, didn't do this, didn't do that, oh, too fast. And I was like, why are you so mean to me? So halfway through the road test, I was like, well, I failed anyway, so I mean, whatever. So I was just like really scared. I was like shaking and sweating the whole time because she kept giving me like evil looks and being mean. And I was like, lady, you need to calm down because I'm just trying to sit here and drive my car. And then she was all like, is this the car you normally drive? And I was like, yes. And she's like, well, you have absolutely no control over it. And I was like, thank you. And then we get back to the MVA and we park, and she's like, don't go anywhere. And she leaves the car. So I'm like, great, I failed. She's gonna go get my dad and then tell her I failed and then come back in the car. And yeah. And then she comes back like 5 minutes later with her little computer pad thing, and she's like, sign here. And I was like, okay. So I went, and then she was like, now here's this and this, and she gave me my permit and like a piece of paper, and she's like, no, go wait inside. And I was like, okay, thank you. She never really told me I passed, so I was like, okay, did I fail her and they just charging us for taking the test, or like, did I pass? And she was just being a bitch about it. But she's the devil. So then after waiting about another half an hour in the MVA place with like 500 other people in there, our number finally gets called, and we go up, and she's like, all right, can I see this, and blah, blah, blah. And then my dad's like, did she pass? And she was like, yeah, they didn't tell you. And I was like, and then, while taking my picture, I didn't know if you were allowed to show your teeth or not, so I didn't, and it just looks really bad, so that, yep, yeah, that's my life. Basically, my life is just one awkward moment. So now I have a license that makes me look like I'm in pain, but you know, I actually got to register to vote too, because I can vote in the next election, and I haven't registered yet. But they were like, would you like to register to vote? And I was like, sure, why not? Even though all the candidates this year are idiots, but you know what? I'll vote for Mickey Mouse if I have to. So yes, that's how my day went. I can now drive. So first on my list will be going to Chipotle. And then next will be probably Coldstone. And then, you know, I'll just sleep all day. And I can go wherever I want now and drive to school finally. So yes, I'm probably the third to last senior to get their license, but you know what? I'm happy.